Hi, my name is Brianna, and I want to share with you a terrifying experience that I went through this past year and hope that whoever's watching this video does not make the same mistake that I did and learn from my situation. About a year ago, I was leaving an event from Fulton 55, and it was getting pretty late. I had work the next morning, and I had been up early that day, so I decided to just go home. As I was driving home, I was coming up to Gettysburg, and within a matter of seconds, I'm driving, it's dark, and then I hear a loud thump. I had fallen asleep behind the wheel and hit something with my car. My windshield was shattered, the top of my roof was dented. I was scared. I didn't see anything in front of me or behind me, so I left. Regardless of the situation, if you hit something, you should have never left. I was scared and did the cowardly thing and drove off. I went home and went to bed. The next morning, I wake up and I check the news just to make sure that I didn't hit anyone or anything. I didn't see anything or any posts, so I figured it must have been a trash can. Months go by, and around March, and yeah, it was early March, I had seen an article, and it said hit and run. For some reason, something told me to click on it. So I clicked on the link and I started reading the article. And it said on February 25th on Fresno and Gettysburg, a well-known doctor had been struck. I start to think back to that night and I was like, no, it can't be me. I couldn't have been that person. I didn't see anyone behind me. I didn't see anyone in front of me. It must have not been me. But as I start reading more into it, I start putting a little bit more together and I'm thinking, oh my God, it's you. You hit that doctor. You left that poor man in the street. You sped off and you didn't decide to look back. I got such an ugly feeling in my stomach that I was embarrassed and ashamed, and I was such a coward. I kept it a secret. I let this poor man's family go through pain and suffering, not knowing what happened and who it was and if they're going to get justice for him or anything like that. And that was unacceptable of me. That was not okay. I should have came forward as soon as I found anything out. But me, being the cowardly person I was, I kept it a secret. Months go by and it starts eating at me. I try to keep this secret and I try to keep myself together without triggering anybody knowing these little facts. I kept the secret from my family. I did everything I could to make it seem like I was okay, and inside I had this heavy burden, this big weight inside of me that I wanted to come out. I wanted to set it free, but I was so ashamed that I kept it quiet. Around June, I was called into my administrator's office. There were some police officers there, and they had questions for me. They had asked me about the night of February 25th, and I lied. I should have never lied. I should have just told them the flat out truth. I was so scared that I just kept lying and lying and lying until finally I couldn't take it anymore, and it was unfair for me to put this man's family and friends and the community who he helped through all this suffering of not having any justice or any question answered. So I flat out told him everything that happened. And from there, I was arrested and booked and went to jail. In that moment and in that situation, I had this huge weight of relief off my shoulders. But I went to jail, and you don't know what's going to happen to you. In that situation, everything happens so fast that you lose sight of reality and what you did and what your consequences are. I didn't realize what was going on until I got into the Fresno County Jail and it all became real. I was getting fingerprinted, they were taking pictures, and I was looking at the situation like, you did this and this is what your consequences are. As I was sitting in that jail cell, all I could think was, now the doctor's going to get justice. Now my secret is finally out. I can finally feel guilt-free knowing that this man is going to get what he deserves. And I was excited that I didn't have to keep the secret, but at the same time, I was ashamed because I put this man and his family and the community through so much. Going through the whole court system and dealing with the process, it really does shape you up and help you grow up into a bigger and better person. it opened my eyes and it made me realize that I got lucky. I really hurt this man, but he's in full recovery and he's doing okay. But now it's time for me to take all of this into consideration and realize what I had put him through. I wanted to find a way to get a hold of this doctor and apologize to him face to face and let him know that I am so sorry for leaving you in the middle of the road. Had I known that I had hit somebody, I would have went back. I would have done the right thing and I would have stayed there. I didn't mean to put him through all that pain and suffering, his family, his wife. It wasn't fair to them for me to be selfish, to keep my secret just to make sure that I was okay when you were over here hurting. I finally got to meet with the doctor, and when we were in the meeting, it was emotional and it was relieving, and we discussed everything, and it was nice for them to be honest with me and tell me what I had done to them and their family and what I had put them through. And after realizing everything that I had done, I couldn't believe that I was that selfish to keep it a secret. Um, he was really kind and sweet when we were talking, and I don't deserve that. I was expecting him to yell at me and tell me all kinds of crazy things, but he was so respectful and so kind and was just, just wanted answers and just wanted to know, like, what happened that night. Why did I leave and why didn't I stay? Um, the point of all of this is to show that when you're in the car and, you may be tired or you are texting or just not paying attention or you feel like you shouldn't drive, you shouldn't drive. This can happen to anybody. You could be leaving your work and you can get in an accident like this. You can be just driving down the street and you can get in an accident like this. These type of situations can happen so fast that if it happens to you, I hope that you don't react like I did. I hope that you take responsibility for your actions and that you actually come forward and tell the truth. Through all of this, I've learned that I really did a horrible thing to an honest, good, hardworking man here in the Central Valley. And I just want to thank him for forgiving me and just being completely honest and allowing me to tell him my side. And for that, I am truly grateful. I hope that from this video that you guys take paying attention to people on the road, even bicyclists, they are still people on the road. You need to have your full focus there. Thank you.